Okay, welcome to another Settlers Online stream. And tonight on Twitch, we're going to be doing just a short adventure, a scenario, one that you have to kind of master because it's one of the adventures you do on a weekly challenge, and it's called Storm Recovery. Now, as it's a scenario, the good news is that you don't have to use any generals or troops. But the bad news is it can be quite heavy on resources. In particular, you'll need at least 1100 grout to complete the adventure, and that's worth maybe 90,000 gold coins. So if you're not producing grout or you don't get it from adventures, then perhaps you need to think about whether or not this is worth doing. Anyway, this is a level 10 adventure, but the player level you need to be is 51 or above to do it. And the Storm Recovery map is available for 990 map pieces. So we'll sort of get on and, see how it goes. It should be quite easy and quite quick to do. So first of all, I'll just show you the details. So here we go, scenario, just one player, and as I say, probably 20 minutes, that's all it's going to take. Okay, so this is in fact the Adventure Island, and I've already done one of the boring parts, collecting the dead crops. There's 9 of them. So essentially when you come to the island, what you're going to find are 9 dead crops, 9 icon symbols. And you've just got to click on them to collect them. And when you do, you'll see that goes green. Okay? So that's simple enough. Now, when that happens, what we need to do is we need to return home. We need to go back to our island. Okay. And what we're going to do is we're going to process some of these in our provision house. Okay. Okay. So here's the tab for the adventure. As you can see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 9 of them. Click. So we're going to create 9 seed buffs for that, and while we're here we're going to get these other things going as well, producing these. So we need 9 fertilizer buffs, so we've got that going, and then we need 10 of these. These are small dynamite. You'll see, I'll show you how to use all of these in a minute. It's quite simple. As I say, the secret, well, the difficulty is just doing everything in the order that you see me doing them in now. Okay, so this one, poison, I just think, so yeah, we're going to need 20 of these. We can't do this, we need to collect these mushrooms later. So 16 shovels. And this is another one that we need to collect later. Now, the Tavern Kit, we're going to need 2 of these. You can see we're using grout there for those. And then the Residence Kit, and we need 4 of these. We see another 200 grout there. The Noble Residence Kit, we just need 2 of these. Oh. As you can see, I've run out of grout. So what I'll do is go to my star menu, look up grout. That'll be enough. Then go back to the provision house and carry on with what I was doing. So I've done the tavern, the residence. So the next one was the noble. Here we go. Noble 2. And this is the school kit. One of those. And then this is how you end the sticky fluid stuff. That's for the end of the game, so we don't need to do that now. So as you can see, we're still producing, but we've already produced the fertilizer, so we can go back to the adventure island and continue. But you are going to have to be quite precise in your visits and your production. It's one of the ways you can slip up. So, okay, the next thing then is to use the sea buffs that we've created. There we go. And as you can see, where we need to apply them is shown highlighted. So just do that. You can't really go wrong with this bit, so don't worry. I'll highlight anything challenging later on. Okay, so that's that done. Right. So now we want the fertilizer. So we're going to click on that. And just apply it to the wheat fields that you've just created. Simple as that. Okay, so that's the first section really complete. Field tilling, so that's done. Tick. I would emphasize it's important that as you complete these sections, you tick them off as you go. With some adventures, it doesn't matter. You can just kind of plow through them and at the end just retrospectively tick them off. That is a way that you can fail with storm recovery. I have actually failed once by not doing it, by having one of these lit up green but not ticking and clearing it before I proceeded with the next subquest. Okay, so here we can see the next one is clearing the area. Use the dynamite to destroy the big rock groups and the small rock groups. Okay, so it's possible that we haven't got all the dynamite. You may have seen that we were still producing it when we left the home island to come to the adventure island. So now I'm going to return home to the home island, and really it's just a question of coming home and going back again, really. But we'll just check in. Here's a provision house. It's producing poison. Okay, so all the dynamite's being produced. So that's fine. So we'll go back to the adventure island. Yep, and as you can see, there are these rocks dotted around. So if you've done the adventure before, you'll be familiar with it. If you're new to this game or this type of adventure, you'll see that as you move over something, you highlight it, it tells you what it is, large boulder, click on it, and there it shows you what you need to destroy it. Now I've told you the quantities of dynamite that you need to make, and we've made them, so we should be able to just proceed and clear these rocks with no problem. So I'm just going to click on that. That should be the job done. Yep, it's gone. So now click on that. Okay. And now we're just going to move and find the rocks. Here we go. There's two here. So we'll click on the first one. as I say, we've made the right amount of dynamite, so we can't really go wrong with this. Just got to wait for the previous one to disappear before you can do the next one. It's gone. That one's gone, so here we go. Click, click. Yep. Some aspects of this adventure are very easy. As I say, it's very hard to do anything wrong. But there are others that do catch people out. Now, have I got them all? We'll soon find out. No, I've missed a small rock somewhere. There we go. Clear it. So the subquest has been cleared. What's the next one? So now we have to collect the Stinky Mushrooms and the glowing herbs. To make the job faster, because I'm using the old standalone client, I've installed a little mod that highlights things. It's going to make it faster. Otherwise, it could take me 5 minutes to find all these, and that would be extremely boring. So when you're playing the game properly, you're not meant to use these highlighters, just so you know. I think a lot of people do. I don't think it's any big deal. I don't really do this adventure very often, and on the main island I don't really bother collecting the collectibles anymore. I don't really need them. I've got thousands of them in stock. But this should speed this up for us. Right, now this is important. You see quest completed, so we click highlight, collect. That one's okay, but it's this one. Right, collect the mushrooms, tick. Collect the glowing herbs, tick. That's okay. This is important. The next thing you need to succeed at this task is to own 11 Stinky Potion buffs and 11 Decomposer buffs. Now these we're going to go make in the provision house on the home island. You need to let the provision house make both lots before you come back and use any of them. Okay, because if you don't do that, if you say just make the 11 Stinky Potion ones, and whilst the Decomposer ones are being made, you pop over to this island to try and save time and start using the Stinky Potions as I once did, you will fail. Okay? You will fail the adventure. So it's important now that we go back home and make the 22 required potions before we come back here. That's one of the ways people fail this adventure. I mean, it's a bit silly, I realise that, but this is why I'm doing the adventure, to try and show you the tips and tricks. Now, current, everything's been done, that's great. So we go here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's that. Decomposer, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Click. Okay. So it's probably going to be a couple of minutes. So, yeah, essentially we're going to create these, go back to the other island. And then the next tricky thing that we'll end up doing is having to build these kits. The school, noble residence, and taverns. Again, it is possible to fail. And the way you fail it is because there is only one position on the map where the school kit can be placed, and if you should inadvertently put the tavern there or a residence there, there'll be nowhere where you can build that kit. And once again, you'll hit the fail condition. Okay, so we'll have a look, and I'll show you clearly where you should build each of them. There are a few spare slots. So, the last ones were placed will be the residence kits, and there's a few spare places for them, so we're not too worried about them. But these others have to be placed exactly, or we're going to fail. I have actually got a buff on the provision house, so it is producing slightly faster than it normally would. But Blue Bite do really like to make you wait. I'm sure there's some point to this, but it escapes me. So we've got those 11 Stinky Potion, they're made. We're making 11 more of these, and then when we get back to the Adventure Island, we're going to use them in a way similar to the way we use the Dynamite. So we're going to highlight something, and then you'll be shown an option. Now, unlike the Dynamite, where it just showed you what you needed to use, when we do the same thing, it's going to offer you a choice of what to use. And again, this is how you can fail, because you can see that we're limited to 11 of these Stinky Potions and 11 Decomposer potions, right? So we have to use them sparingly. So right, anyway, we'll come to that in a second. As you can see, it's complete. I'm just going to confirm, because it's a fail condition if I get this wrong. So I'm going to double click that, go to the Storm Recovery tab. So none of them left, so I can't make any more, so that should be fine. So we're going to visit the Adventure Island. That's a good sign. So yeah, we've owned that, we've passed that. We haven't failed, so we tick that. Great, so we move on. As I say, it's important to wait for this section to offer you your sub-quests. And as you can see, look, there's the fail options that I was talking about, not enough potions left to finish the quest. That's because you use them on the wrong thing. So the task is to clear the residence ruins, school ruins, tavern ruins, and noble residence ruins of all the vermin. Okay. So we're just going to go through each building and see what's needed. And the way to succeed is to first use up all your shovel and poison items before you start using any of the Decomposer or Stinky Potions. Okay, so we'll see what that means here. So here's a school ruin. Just as before, we've got two options. We hover over and click. And this is offering us a choice. There's actually two ways we can remove this problem. We can use a Decomposer, or we can use a shovel. Well, we can build as many shovels as we need. So you're going to not use that at all until we've used up all these other options. So we're going to click on the shovel. And then this one comes up. Now this one's only offering the Decomposer. Okay. But the way I do it, just to make sure that I'm not going to make a mess, is I always leave that till the end, until I've used up all the poison and the shovels. So here we got 3 this time. This one's offering the Stinky Potion option, but I can get rid of it using poison, which we can produce any amount of. So I'm going to use the poison. And now we've 2 left. Debris. Shovel or Decomposer. We're going to use the shovel. And worms. Now this is another one that's offering me nothing but the Stinky Potion. So I probably could just click on that now, but it's just the way I play the game. Okay, so we've got a tavern ruin here. Same idea. We don't want to click on the Stinky. We're going to click on the poison. I don't think I've used the word stinky so much since I was a 6-year-old, but anyway, Here we go, debris. As before, we'll use the shovel. Brittle wood. Decomposer, so I'm not going to click on that. So here we have a residence. Poison. Click on that. Worms again, so we don't want to do that straight away. So here we are. Debris, shovel. More residents, rats, poison, and shovel. So we can get rid of both problems for this ruin without using any of the premium. And as you can see, it's gone. And what's left behind is a building space. This is where we're going to build the kits, okay, that we prepared earlier. But we'll get rid of all these first. Now this one has only got the premium stinky, so we're not going to go near that. Rats. Poison. Debris. Shovel. Poison for the rats. Shovel. Right, so I've been through all the ruins once, using up all the shovels and poisons that I've built, and just as a double check, if I go here, there's the kits I've got remaining. I've got 11 of those and 11 decomposers. And I've got no poison or shovels. So in other words, I've used up all the poison and shovels that I made, which is what should happen. So now I can safely start to use the decomposer and the poison without hitting the fail conditions, i.e. running out of them. So as I say, this adventure is relatively easy. It's just going through everything logically and carefully. To just double check something. Right. So last one, so the quest should be completed, and it is. So that's good news. Reconstruction, the next subtask. And the kits that we built, now we've got to build them. But look, here's the fail conditions. You can fail if you run out of empty spaces to place, and then it's all the kits. But the tricky one is the school kit here. Okay, so if you look back now, we've removed all the buildings, and you can see these building spaces that I'm moving the mouse over. They just say building space, but in fact they are limited to a certain type, or several of them are limited to just one type. Now, as I say, the key is the school. There's only one place that the school can be put, and it's this building space here. Not that one. This one. So, I'm going to open Star menu, School Kit, click, and as you can see, it's lit up. So we're safe. So we'll put that one there. That's the most difficult one. The residence ones are the easiest. There's a couple of spare ones. So the next we'll do are the 2 noble residences, not plain residences, the noble residences. Okay. Noble residence kit, 2 of. And as you can see, it's showing up these spaces. I'm recommending you that you put one here and one here. Okay. Then the next one to get out of the way are the 2 taverns. Okay, so it's a tavern kit. So I'm recommending you put one here, the left hand building space, and then over here is another tavern. Okay, now finally you've got 4 plain residence kits to place. So we'll do that. I'll highlight it, and as you can see, there's actually a spare space left, so we've done it right. Okay. Oh. So the quest should now be completed, and it is. So that's good. Click on the reconstruction, that's now complete. Storm prevention. We're really at the end of the game now. So what we're going to do is, to do this part, we have to build it using these flowers. Okay. So there's just 2 flowers on your island. And as you can see, my extension has highlighted them in pink. So we've collected them. Okay, just so you can see. So all the collectibles on the map. But this is the important one. This is the one that can make you fail. So we've collected the 2. We've just got this one to do. And we have to build it. Okay, on the home island. So we've got the ingredients. The 2 flowers are going to return home. This shouldn't take very long at all. Okay. So there's the 2 flowers you just collected. 100 grout. It's now producing the unfortunately named sticky fluid. Done. So now we can visit the adventure island for the last time. Here we go. Here's the sticky fluid. Click on it. There's only one place you can put it. You can't really fail this bit. Well, you can't fail this bit. So we're going to just build the storm prevention system here. This is the final piece of the jigsaw. There we go. That is really the adventure complete. So we go over here. Click that. The last part of the main quest is now done. When you click on this, the adventure will be over. And so, as I always like to remind players, if you're going to do this, make sure you've got a premium buff applied, if that's what you want to do or whatever. This is your last chance to do it, because you can cancel, go to your home island, place the buff, and then come back here and redo this little bit. Click here and then click that. You get this warning, yes, I do want to finish. There we go. storm recovery. Simple enough adventure, and one that you're going to have to do several times during your career on Settlers Online. So there we go. Return home. I'll show you quickly the rewards from the map. As I say, you will have spent quite a lot of resources actually completing this. It just happens this is a skill bonus that I've got, so I'm getting a little bit extra there. You won't get that every time. So go to here. So as you can see, this is what you get. About 26,000 experience points. This is the 50% extra I'm getting because I have the premium buff applied. That's quite a nice elixir, 400% plus output. Machine oil, 400% output. Barazek. Yeah, deposit for Granite. 500 star coins is quite generous. 10 adventure tales, that's not bad. But overall, this is an adventure that you will largely do because it's part of your requirement for the weekly challenge. Okay. So that's all there is. This Twitch live stream will be put up onto YouTube tomorrow. So if you're watching this and you've got any questions, please, feel free to pose the questions, in the comments below the YouTube video. And if you find this video useful in any way, please, smash the thumbs up or give it a like, and say, leave a comment and consider subscribing to the channel. Okay, thanks very much for watching. And this is the end of the stream for tonight. Cheers. Bye-bye.